Hey guys, so this is Theo Glaze here with you on another video podcast episode, and today we have on a mobile marketing expert. Her name's Mirela. Mirela, you want to say hi to the audience?
Hi, everybody, and thank you, Taffy, for the invite. It's a pleasure speaking with you.
Yeah, you're very, very welcome. I'm really interested and really excited about the interview that we're going to do today to learn more about mobile marketing. That's something that I personally would love to know more about. That it doesn't. I feel that it doesn't get as much talked about as it maybe should. And then also, yeah, to learn more about where it was and then where it's going. I think that that's really going to be a very interesting. I think we're going to have a very interesting talk with Mirela, and we're going to learn a lot. So, Mirela, first, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Sure. So I'll start with a quick intro of Zinio, the company that I work for. Who we are, what we do, just to give a bit of a context. We were founded in 2001 in San Francisco, and we are the world's first and one of the largest digital newsstands. We have a portfolio of over 6,000 magazines, which are distributed in digital format through our online platform and through our mobile apps. To date, we delivered over 700 billion magazine issues to customers all over the world. I would mention some of the brands that we work with, National Geographic, Time, The Economist, Rolling Stone, People, and many others. I joined Zinio almost a decade ago, so a very long time ago. And in my current role of Global Marketing Director, I'm leading an international team of 7 marketing professionals. We are focused on engaging magazine readers and driving subscription growth for our partner brands. My focus is to build a robust and comprehensive global marketing strategy to create a full customer lifecycle program which define how, where, and with what products we can most effectively engage users and drive revenue. Prior experience to Zinio included marketing positions within e-commerce, finance, interior design, and other industries. Besides my passion for marketing, I'm also committed to promote gender equity on tech stages. Reason why I have recently joined as one of the founding members an organization called Speak Her, where we strive to help women within the tech industry and encourage more women to get involved and build a reputation as speakers in order to achieve diversity on conference stages.
Wow, very very cool. So yeah, that's a big a long big background that you have, and which is very cool. I think that that's awesome that you're speaker. I think that that's a very very cool thing because we do need more women in tech industries and speaking, and so that's really really cool. So yeah, let's get into the platform that you have and kind of what the sort of maybe the role that mobile marketing played in the past, and kind of where do you think mobile marketing is going? Where do you think have you noticed any shifts in magazine readers, and if so, what maybe were those shifts? Would you say?
Yeah, so if if we're talking about the recent times with the recent events with the lockdown and the outbreak, as we are a fully digital platform with no physical outlets, all our products are delivered via digital channels, so we don't have any shipping dependencies. We were not really impacted by the lockdown, at least not in a negative way. We have actually experienced growth during this time with so many people stuck at home and in need of entertainment. So we saw a spike in traffic and in orders. So what we changed in our strategy was, instead of focusing on acquisition as we've done in the past, we decided to strengthen our retention programs in an effort to reduce the churn rate for the newcomers. So as part of this new strategy, we sort of revamped our mobile engagement programs. We added more initiatives. We redeveloped previous initiatives. The first initiative we launched involved gamification, which is basically leveraging game mechanics to get users to perform certain actions or achieve specific goals or milestones in order to win a reward. So the way we introduced gamification was by rewarding users with virtual medals based on how many sessions, up sessions they would have, and encouraging them to keep coming back to get to the next level. Um, by applying this strategy, we increased retention by 15%. So it proved to be very successful, and we decided that that's going to be included on an ongoing basis in our engagement and retention strategy. Another initiative we launched was specifically designed for the lockdown, was a campaign offering access to free magazine subscriptions. We partnered with our media publisher clients, and we were able to build a portfolio of 200 magazines, which consumers were able to access for free for the duration of the lockdown. We have seen impressive adoption. We had over 50,000 redemptions on the first week from launching this initiative. And we realized that once we were able to prove the value of our product, also the conversion rates increased. We managed to retain 10% of the redeemers of the free magazine. We also launched several email capture forms, that would allow us to grow our email audience and later target those users with more personalized messaging. Another step in this process was to strengthen our cart abandonment campaigns. We tested various frequencies, various timing options, which led to a significant increase in open rates and conversion rates. Additionally, I would say that this experience, the last 3 months, has prompted us to rethink the way we approach new user onboarding. We realized that it was time for a revamp. So we decided to incorporate some of the learnings we had from our campaign offering the free subscriptions. We understood that first time be more likely to convert if we provide access to free or low price content. So let's say they can test drive the platform before they commit to a subscription. Yeah, so I would say that the impact recent events had on our strategy was shifting the focus from acquisition towards retention and engagement.
Yeah, no, I love that. I think that that's a very good shift, and I like how you did that with gamification. I think that that's a great way to get people engaged to want to come back, and so I definitely love that. I'm curious, how do you keep advertisers or brands that are advertising on these magazines? Are there any ways that you keep them engaged or keep them? I'm just curious. Is there any sort of programs where you're help sort of engaging with them or reaching out to them, or just is there anything that you do for advertisers or businesses that you want to advertise on your platform to sort of make them want to stay or come back for more? Or I'm just curious as far as that goes.
Well, I mean, we are basically acting as a reseller of content. We
Okay.
work with our media publisher partners.
Mm-hmm.
We distribute their content through our channels. So we don't really own the content,
Okay.
meaning we cannot influence the advertising
Mm.
decisions they make. However, our role is to basically expose their content to more eyeballs
Okay.
by increasing engagement on our platforms and getting more people to read the magazines.
Mm-hmm.
That would ultimately benefit our publisher clients who are able to introduce more advertising within their content.
Got you. And are you seeing more? Because I think right now there is that need for content, right? There is that need to be for entertainment. Are you seeing more publishers now? I know that there was several years ago that there was a lot of newspapers kind of going down, going under, right? Are you seeing maybe a rise in more publishers, more magazines coming out, or because it seems that like there are a lot of magazines that are now doing really well, because of this need for content. Do you think that maybe that there will be more publishers and more magazines and newspapers in the near future?
Yeah, that's a very, very good question.
Hmm. Hmm.
And yeah, as you mentioned, there were many brands that did not survive the crisis.
Hmm.
However, I think that the brands that have been the most successful are the ones that found the right message to push out
Hmm.
the type of message that would resonate with their audience. Perhaps shifting the focus from advertising more towards content.
Hmm.
And yeah, to that, I would also mention an initiative that we launched where previously I have to admit, we've been a bit aggressive with our promotional content. Uh,
Hmm.
so one of our most engaging initiatives we launched during lockdown was focused on boosting positivity among our customer base by channeling our creative efforts into marketing communications focused on uplifting and inspiring messages that would promote wellness, positive thinking, and mindfulness. So we set up weekly push notification campaigns, which we sent out every Friday morning to sort of help set the mood for the weekend. For many of us, Fridays during lockdown were no longer received with the same amount of enthusiasm as during normal times for
Right.
obvious reasons. There was nothing to do on the weekend.
Right.
Yeah, so we just wanted to help our customers get in the weekend mood and lift their spirits. And we were basically sending uplifting messages and linking the messages to free articles where our customers can read about wellness advice, well-being, fitness, healthy eating, etc. As a result of this strategy, we've seen a 200% increase in open rates for the positivity messages versus regular promotional messages. So that really shows that finding the right content at the right time, it's crucial to the health of your marketing strategy.
Yeah, no, I love that, and I think that yeah, right now, especially yeah, we're looking for positivity. We're looking for ways to yeah get in that have good vibes and get in that weekend mood, right? The Friday mood. I think that's
So
really really awesome, and I think that brands, businesses. I know that Gary. I remember Gary Vaynerchuk. He said something like your business is like a media company. You want to treat it like that, where you're creating content and yeah, like you're trying to maybe entertain, and you're trying it's so I think that essentially I'm looking for advice for like a business person. Let's say that I don't have a publishing sort of arm. I don't have a magazine, but how do I engage my LinkedIn connections? How do I essentially try to maybe not let's say that I'm just a whatever, it could be a professional services firm. How do I try to engage the people that I want to try to sell to? Is there any sort of advice as far as like different types of content that you recommend, that just based off of the content that has been working with you, with your magazine readers? What would you say as far as advice for that?
I mean, I would really, that's the answer would be different based on the industry, based
Of
on
course.
the activity of each company. And we have seen for the last few months a lot of innovation and creativity. Like, for example, more retail companies started pivoting their strategy to focus on digital channels. This trend existed pre-COVID, though was, hyper accelerated now because of the outbreak. Real estate companies, for example, have shifted their strategy by introducing virtual tours, given the
Yeah.
fact that in-person property tours were not an option. Dating apps, for example, they started introducing features which allowed users to set up in-app virtual dates
That's
because
cool.
the in-person dates were also not possible. So yeah, I think that the current events have proven the importance of finding new ways to engage with customers, not only in a physical setting, but also in the convenience of their home by leveraging digital channels. And I mean, really, what better way to engage with your target audience than by leveraging device they spend the most amount of time on? So finding new ways to communicate with your customers, finding new initiatives to keep them engaged. Also considering the fact that you don't really only compete with companies within the same industry as yours, but you compete with any other brand that engages users on their devices. So that could be gaming, that could be entertainment, music,
Right.
etc. So the competition is fierce in the digital space and in the mobile space. So yeah, you have to be inventive, you have to be creative, and find ways to get your customers to engage with your brand on their device because that's where the attention is.
Absolutely, I completely agree. Getting customers engaged is a hard thing because of the amount of competition that there is, and it requires creativity. It requires, being entertaining, right? It requires thinking differently. It requires, it requires just. And I think we all can do that. I think all businesses can be interesting, engaging, and yeah, and really just sort of can get attention and even during these crazy times and even if the competition's fierce. So is there any lasting advice as far as how businesses can engage with people on their I know you're saying on their device. How did businesses maybe do you have any lasting advice as far as again, I know that this is a very broad uh, you know um, question, but do you have any advice as far as how businesses can be more engaging and engage, especially like on social media platforms? Is there any advice for how they can create social media content that's really engaging or even mobile content that's engaging and is there any advice on that or or other examples of sort of B2B companies doing this in a interesting or different way than usual?
Yeah, well, I mean, I could answer this question from two different perspectives. First,
Okay.
from uh, my perspective of, since you mentioned previously LinkedIn,
Yeah.
so I receive often a lot of invites from B2B marketers. And although the initial approach is super friendly, hey, I just want to connect, I'm a bit skeptical, but I
Hmm.
accept because I'm always open. I want to expand my network. I want to get to talk to more people, get to know what they're doing. How can I help? But I know that always the second message is going to be a sales pitch.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so I would say that approach might need a bit of change. Uh,
Right.
and also from now, from the perspective as a marketer, um, marketing our products to our customers, we've also noticed that the fact that when we are super focused on promotional content, um, the results we get are not as great as when we focus on providing relevant content to our customers with the positivity messages and everything. So I would say we should focus more on what our customers need rather than what we want them to do.
Right. Right. I think that's great advice. Yeah. What do our customers need instead of what we want them to do? I think that's awesome. So yeah, if you don't have anything else more to say, then yeah, let's. Where do people sort of find out more about Mirela and what you're doing, and where can people where can people sort of find out more about you and what you got going on?
Yeah, sure. So as I mentioned previously, I'm always happy to expand my network. I want to connect with like-minded individuals within my industry or other industries. So please feel free to reach out via LinkedIn, or you can also visit my website, which is mirelacialai.com. And this way you can stay informed with the future events where I'll be speaking, or you can also follow my blog where I share advice, marketing best practices, and some of our most successful campaigns and initiatives.
Awesome. So yeah, we will have links to that in the show notes. Thank you so much, Marilla, for joining us. This was an awesome talk. I really, really do appreciate it. I hope everybody learned a lot because I know I did. And so, yeah, well, thank you so much again, Marilla, and I hope you have a great day. And I hope that you guys enjoyed it and have a great day as well. So, well, we'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. That was